Hello everyone, my name is Leyla Razghandi and today we are here to learn about infinitives. So let's get started. Okay, the question is that what is an infinitive? Infinitives are forms of verbs that allow the word or a group of words to be used as a noun, adjective, or adverb. There are different types of infinitives. Now we have this question that what are the types of infinitives? Actually, there are two main types of infinitives, full infinitive and bare infinitive. Here I explain when and how to use them. Okay, let's start with full infinitives. They are also known as two infinitives. They are the most common infinitives in writing. We can create a full infinitive by taking the base form of a verb and adding to before it. For example, to read, to sleep, to eat. And here are some examples of infinitives in a sentence. I want to eat. I have to call them. Okay, the second type is bare infinitive. Bare infinitives are also known as zero infinitives. They are formed without to. In fact, you simply use the base form of a verb without to within a sentence. As you can see, they're used after certain verbs, actually after modal verbs, perception verbs like see, feel, and with the words let, make, and do. Just like certain verbs always use the full infinitive, a few verbs always use the bare infinitive. These include the common words let, make, and do. Keep in mind the words let and make often use a direct object, which comes between them and the bare infinitive. Bare infinitive base word without to used after certain verbs like can, must, should, make, and etc. Examples: I can run. I heard the car arrive. They made her cry. Let me work in peace. As the infinitive has no tense, it doesn't itself indicate the time of the action that it refers to. However, it can have aspect, which shows the relationship between the action expressed by the infinitive and the time of the preceding verb. In the following table, we can see forms of infinitives. Each of them has an active and passive form. So, apart from the basic form, two infinitives can be used in different forms depending on the aspect and voice of the verb. Let's check out the list. Here we have simple infinitive, continuous infinitive, perfect infinitive, and perfect continuous infinitive. Let's take a close look at each form and their examples. Okay, here we have simple infinitive. The simple infinitive refers to the same time as that of the preceding verb. For example, I was glad to see her. He must be very happy. The first example is a to infinitive or full infinitive. So the structure is to plus the base form of the verb. The second one, as you learn, is a bare infinitive with a to. Next one is continuous infinitive. It refers to the same time as that of the preceding verb and expresses an action in progress or happening over a period of time. For instance, I'm glad to be sitting here. You must be joking. Actually, the first one is formed like this: 2 plus be plus the verb plus ing. And second one, for the verb infinitive, we have modal plus be plus base verb with ing. And next page, we have perfect infinitive. It implies a completed action before the preceding verb. The general structure is 2 plus how plus past participle or PP. And for the verb, actually the verb infinitive, we have modal plus how plus PP. Here are the examples. I'm glad to have studied at the school. They must have forgotten about the deadline. Next part is perfect continuous infinitive. Perfect continuous two infinitives indicate a completed action that has been ongoing for a while. Using the structure 2 plus how plus been plus the present participle of a verb. For example, I'm glad to have been living here for the last 10 years. He must have been waiting for ages. Okay, alright, in this page, we look through the passive infinitives. Your composition has to be tight. This sentence is passive simple infinitive. Number 2, the patient seems to be being treated well. It is passive continuous infinitive. And next one, this sonnet must have been written by Shakespeare. This is a passive perfect infinitive. And the last example, the picture is believed to have been being painted for years. And this one is a passive perfect continuous infinitive. Okay guys, let's do some examples to understand it better. I give you some time to do these examples. Okay, first one, A. She wants how to play the guitar. The answer is she wants to learn how to play the guitar. Yes, excellent. B. She seems to be upset. She might her appointment. What is the answer? Yes, well done. It's might have forgotten. And C. John appears on his project right now. Can you guess the answer? Yes, great. Actually, it's to be working on his project right now. Well, we reach the usage of infinitives. They can indicate purpose or intention. They can give us extra information, and they can also modify the meaning of nouns. Number 1, to show purpose. Actually, they explain why someone is doing something. Mom left to buy milk. She went to college to study. In Mom left to buy milk, actually Mom intends to buy some milk, so she left. In the next example, she wants to study, so she went to college. Number 2, actually the usage 2, extra information. Actually, full infinitives can add context or extra description when used after adjectives. For instance, I am happy to be here. Computers are easy to use with practice. Usage 3. To modify nouns. In this case, they act as adjectives. Would you like something to drink? After some certain verbs, we must use infinitives. Here is the list of these verbs. You can memorize them later. And there are lots of verbs that after them we use actually infinitives. You can search on the internet and find them. Okay, um, above all, two infinitives have several functions. Two infinitives or full infinitives can function as nouns, adverbs, adjectives, and complements. Nominal two infinitives can be used as subjects and direct objects in a sentence. If two infinitives used at the beginning of a sentence, it functions as a subject. Here is an example. Subject. To read books is one of my hobbies. B. To try to convince him is pointless. Full infinitives also function as the direct object of the main verb. For example, they like to share their food. And B, we need to run faster. Okay, next page. When an infinitive modifies a noun, it's behaving as an adjective describing the noun. Okay, adjective. We built a house to live in. B. The right thing to do is to stay here. Okay, next one. The other function is to be an adverb. Adverbial to infinitives are used to modify an adjective, adverb, or main verb to express purpose or reason. Here are a few examples. They left early to avoid traffic. Actually, this one is an adverbial to infinitive clause expressing purpose. And B, he was happy to see his friend. This one is an adverbial to infinitive clause expressing reason. And there's a point here I should mention. Actually, adverbial to infinitive clauses that express purpose can come at the beginning of the sentence, but in this position they need a comma after them. Adverbials of reason cannot come at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, let's look at the next page. As you see, two infinitives can be used as subject complements after linking verbs and as adjective complements. Take a look at the examples. Subject complements. If the infinitives act as subject complements, they describe, define, or identify the subject. Her dream is to become a doctor. So, to become a doctor is the subject complement. It gives more information about the subject and explaining actually what her dream is. Next example is the adjective complement. They are ready to begin the performance. In this sentence, the phrase to begin the performance completes the meaning of ready by explaining what they are ready for. So, the complement adds more detail about their readiness. And here you see the usage of two infinitives in special structures. Full infinitives can be used after relative pronouns to form nominal relative clauses. Check out the examples. In nominal relatives, they don't know where to play. Tell me how to find a solution. Well, here's the last point. When two infinitive clauses or coordinates using a coordinating conjunction, such as and or but, the two before the base form of the verb can be omitted from the second clause. Look at the examples. Look at the example. Coordinated to infinitive clauses. Are you planning to buy the house or rent it? Alright, we've done. Now you're an expert in infinitives. So here in these pages are few exercises that now you're able to do them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye till the next week, and don't forget to save this post. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.